Yo, yo, yo! What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Mammy Geeks Weekly Updates, where we bring you gaming news one podcast at a time. And as always, I'm not alone here. Always with me, the man, the myth, the legend, Uncle Willie.
Wait, I gotta mute this because Surge that we're online and he's already sending freaking messages.
I'm gonna choke Surge. I swear to God, I'm gonna choke you, Surge.
No,
He is the only person that I know that will do something like that. Not 2 hours ago when I was having audio issues. Now, always. I don't get it.
Like for context, just like in our setup to try to get this done, we were having issues left and right. First, a Punisher was having audio issues, and then suddenly my internet went out. Not a peep, not a single peep from Surge. Now that we're starting, the moment that Punisher started the intro, I got a message from him. How to make your penis 3 inches larger.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
I don't care.
Why?
I'm perfectly content. I am perfectly content with being suboptimal. It's not like no one's gonna look at it.
You know what? I think we started off just heavenly right now, especially that we haven't done this in a Monday and a hot minute.
Anyway,
enlargement. So, Willie, now that we're here, thank you. Hi, how you doing? Everything's fantastic, right?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, but I got a very important question.
I have my adult beverage. I'm doing fine.
I had kiwi strawberry nerds here, drinking it. And it's gone.
What was the alcoholic component?
Yes.
You are doing this wrong, sir.
What are you talking about? Do you not see how flushed, like how red I am right now?
We only have one life. If you don't spend 60% of it drunk, then you're doing it wrong.
I drank nerds with stuff inside. It was good. Anyways, I got questions and I need answers. And Willie, I have a question for you in the audience, which I'm very, very curious about, and it's this. If you're Ubisoft, which this is a rumor by the way, if you're a rumor, shout out. If you're Ubisoft and you had several IPs to sell or give out, whatever you want, what do you want to say, and you're Phil Spencer, which IP will you look towards to buying?
I have a question.
Yes.
Am I Ubisoft or am I Phil Spencer?
Well,
the answer is yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's discuss. First, the facts. And recently, an investor in Ubisoft let out that Ubi is talking to several publishers, primarily Microsoft and Electronic Arts, in a bid to maybe sell some of their IPs. Reason being, Ubisoft is in very dire straits right now.
No.
They haven't had a major hit outside of Rainbow Six Siege.
Wow, really?
They recently released... Damn. Yes. They recently released Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it is very mixed. I'm talking about the kind of mixed where it looks amazing, it plays like garbage.
That's bad.
So that game is not going to resuscitate them. So it is rumored that Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot is shopping out some of their IPs as a way of getting some cash in.
Okay.
Polygon, as you showed just now, played a little thought experiment. Let's say you're Phil Spencer.
Okay.
Microsoft has been buying up publishers and developers left and right. And Ubi calls you and says, hey, want to buy some stuff? And not only are they calling you, they're calling other people. So you're competing with Electronic Arts and whoever else they called.
Okay.
There's a list. I mean, Ubisoft has a good amount of IP. You think of Ubi, and you think of Assassin's Creed, you think of Far Cry, and you think of Rainbow Six.
Absolutely.
But
I'm gonna put it here on
way
this.
more than that.
I'm gonna put at least the ones they show here on Polygon what we're working with. But please name them.
Okay. So the thought experiment assumes that Ubisoft is going to stay around as a company.
Mm-hmm.
And so they are not going to sell Assassin's Creed because that is their most popular IP. They are not going to sell Far Cry, which is not far behind. And they will not sell anything in the Tom Clancy universe.
Get it. Got it.
Which includes Rainbow Six Siege, which is far and away their most popular IP right now, but also includes Splinter Cell, something that people would like to see brought back, but nobody has touched.
They won't. Maybe will. Who knows?
All right, so those 3 IP are out of the way. We can't touch those.
All right, can't touch this.
And what are we left with? Well, we're left with a lot. Starting off, Prince of Persia.
Mm-hmm.
Prince of Persia is an IP that has a very, very storied history going back to the mid-'80s on the Apple II computer. It's a series that people like. They recently released a game, a Metroidvania-style game. It did well. I mean, it was a good-looking game, but nobody paid attention. Could it be because people are not paying attention to smaller titles? Could it be that Ubi didn't push it enough? Who knows? But you have that on there.
Yeah.
Next up, and I'm going to say this ahead of time, it's a personal favorite of mine, Rayman.
I agree.
Rayman's a platformer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mascot platformer. Microsoft does not have a mascot, unless you want to count Phil Spencer, maybe Master Chief.
They'll probably go for Master Chief.
A mascot platformer would be important. I mean, for general audiences, Rayman is a really good choice.
Okay.
I mean, he's very French, but it's still good.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Ubisoft's answer to the Minions, the Rabbids. To be fair, I haven't seen anything from the Rabbids that would make me say, okay, we need this IP right now. But they are known, and the Minions vibe immediately goes in and says, okay, a children's series. They don't. The Xbox doesn't have much to appeal to the kiddies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's on the block. Next, let's see who remembers this game. For Honor.
That's been kind of like in the back burner for a bit. Like once it did the Valhalla one, that's as far as I go.
Remember it?
Just enough to be like, oh yeah, there.
For those who don't remember, Punisher. For Honor was a game that invented a universe where fighters from different eras showed up and fought each other. So you had samurai fighting Vikings and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
The concept was interesting. The game started with a thud, but gained popularity later on. All right. Next, The Crew, which answers the question, what if Forza had a storyline?
Okay.
The answer would be Need for Speed. But, Ubisoft wanted The Crew in there. All right. The first game was dull as hell. Later entries were interesting. All right. Whatever. Then comes Driver. Did you ever play a Driver game?
PS1.
The original?
Yes.
Right. You're a nameless person, and all you are is a car because you're supposedly a driver. That's it. No one comes out of the car. You're just a dude in a car.
Just going to certain destinations. That's it.
The original was good. The sequel was really good. The third game was an unmitigated trash fire because Atari burned it to the freaking ground.
Like
they lost the license eventually. Well, they sold the license to Vivendi, which eventually became Ubisoft. And the last game in the series was Driver San Francisco for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. A really good game. But nothing has been done since. As a matter of fact, the last time that someone tried to make a driver game, it became another game, and we'll get there. Next up, Just Dance.
Self-explanatory.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Then comes another storied franchise. You may not know it. Might and Magic. Might and Magic was an RPG series along the lines of Wizardry. This is early PC.
Yeah.
Early PC is where it first started doing its thing. And it's a well-known series in the PC RPG community.
Yeah.
So don't sneeze on that one. After that, when Driver was going to get a new game from Ubisoft, the game evolved from what Driver was and became the first Watch Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
The Watch Dogs franchise is also available. Could be interesting. The first one was okay. The second one was more hipster edgy. And the most recent one, Watch Dogs Legion, was actually a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Would someone want to go in and do a fourth one? GTA style game? We don't know. And the last one listed here, Beyond Good and Evil. This one is a confusing one. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty on the border on this one as well.
The original Beyond Good and Evil was an interesting game. It was a cool game that suddenly gained an enormous cult following. And people have been clamoring for a sequel. A sequel was announced roughly 73 years ago. And then the guy who was going to head it, I think it was Mark Ansel, was caught up in the whole Ubisoft sexual harassment thing, left, and the game is in the ether. But people are clamoring for a sequel in the worst way. Now, these are the IP that Ubisoft own, not licensed stuff like South Park.
Okay.
Out of all those IPs, they're saying, all right, you're Phil the Dill Spencer.
Okay.
And you have been called by Yves Guillemot and asked, hey, you want any of this? And as Phil Spencer, you have to sit there and decide what you want to buy.
Okay. I can give you already
I will
a couple.
ask you first.
Okay, go ahead.
What would you buy?
What will I buy? So now, being that I'll be Phil Spencer for today, no problem. I'm just actually handsome and awesome than he is. But still, let's get to the point. I will first buy Rayman. That'll be my top number one choice.
Rayman, okay.
Rayman, right? Prince of Persia, I'm up in the air. That's gonna be kind of like, let me get past the things I'm gonna buy, and I'll decide that one later.
Okay.
Rabbids, hands down, I'm buying it because even though just because we don't really hear about the game does not mean it's not being played. And I know that there's a lot of people out there in the Nintendo universe playing this game still because they love Rabbids. So why not Xbox join in and buy it while they're at it and give people on Xbox a little dibs of how to play Rabbids, which I'm pretty sure they're going to have a lot of fun and whatnot. All right. For Honor, is a rare. It's is an acquired taste for certain games. I will not buy For Honor. I'll leave For Honor there. I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there want to talk about it and give me a lot of heckle about it. Comment down below if you want to talk about it. Believe me, I'm here for days. The Crew, for sure, I'll put The Crew in there because I've seen a lot of good things out of The Crew, and pretty sure that there's a lot of people that love to play it. And I even had, I think, first dibs on it one time when they gave me a free pass so I could play it. It wasn't so bad at all. Now, Driver is only no Driver. Just Dance. I think there is a possibility for Just Dance, but now how are you going to play it without any control of it? Because from what we know, you have to have a motion controller, or like before with the Xbox, you have to have the camera to pretty much focus on you when you're dancing. Xbox doesn't have that. So I don't really see Xbox really going, you know what, let's get that because it's going to be fun. I see that more for Nintendo. That's it. And maybe the PlayStation. Or no, that's it, because I don't think Xbox have anything to do with VR. But even if they did, there's going to be a lot of complications on how they're going to try to play this game. Because I haven't heard anything about Xbox having, wireless controllers so they could do Just Dance and all that good stuff, which it involves a lot of movement. So that's off the table. Might and Magic, I'll leave that to you. That, to me personally, I don't play these games. So again, that's more to you, and I'm pretty sure there's a big, hefty, a lot of people out there that will play it. Watch Dogs, why not? I'll add Watch Dogs. Beyond Good and Evil, no, not even with the remake. Now back to my toss in the air, which I think it was Prince of Persia. Screw it, I'll buy it.
Okay,
I'll buy it because you don't. They could still put up the new one that it came out with, but if you want to go to the classics, I'm not sure they want to put the Atari in there. But if they're going to go to the classics like the PS1 ones that they put out there, which they were still fun. Cousin Jose, pretty much, I remember that he was very into it when they first came out. The first one and the second one, which has a good storyline, and it was still fun to watch and play. I remember, I think I played one of them. I forgot which one. It was one or two. I had some fun with it. But again, these are not. I was pretty much everywhere. This was my COD days, and I was not really into it. I could probably jump into it and play it again. So Prince of Persia, I'll buy it too.
Okay.
You, Willie?
Right. Okay. So I keep losing you.
Audio wise, or
I'm here? Everything wise, like twice already. My internet has hiccuped.
I saw you freeze a little bit, but but I'm here.
All right. Okay. My turn. Go. All right. In my case, starting from the top, Prince of Persia, I would absolutely jump on.
Okay.
You have the name recognition. And the last game, like I said, was a Metroidvania. That's something you can add to your library. Metroidvania style games are popular. And having one with the pedigree of Prince of Persia, have to have that.
Okay.
Same thing with Rayman. Rayman is a very good platforming series. And I don't see why they wouldn't jump on it. Yes, it's very French. I get it. But it's also very good.
It's a very fun game.
One of my favorite games of all time is Rayman 3 on the Dreamcast. And that's more 3D instead of being a straight-up platformer. I don't care. The series is good.
Yeah.
It's a challenging series, too.
It's fun. It's still fun. Something about it. It's still intriguing to play.
Yes. I would stay away from Rabbids. If only because the best Rabbids games have Mario attached. You know what? Sell that series to Nintendo.
So you want them to buy it and sell it to Nintendo? I mean,
No.
there wasn't there a merge still going to happen between Nintendo and Xbox?
No.
Or a
Maybe,
team up that they work together?
maybe a team up. That's fine.
Okay.
But I would leave Rabbids alone, offer it to Nintendo, let them take it. They have two very successful Rabbids games with a Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Let them do that. For Honor, for no. That was it was an interesting gimmick, but a multiplayer only fighting game.
No.
No. The Crew. The Crew would be good for Microsoft if they didn't own Forza.
I see.
And when I think Forza, I'm actually specifying Forza Horizon, which is the more over the top version of Forza. You have your standard Forza, which is a racing sim, and Forza Horizons, which is hey Lego. So the Crew would not fit in.
Can I add a counter to that just in case?
Shoot.
But I do see Forza Horizon kind of like Gran Turismo, which you get to play all these cars. Where the Crew, I think you can modify your cars, right?
Vanilla Forza is Gran Turismo.
Oh, okay.
Forza Horizon is the Crew / Burnout, except it's not Burnout. It's more arcadey.
Okay. I can see.
Think Need for Speed.
All right, got it.
All right. So the Crew, don't need it. The Driver intrigues me. Number one, the pedigree of the name. Yes, the third one was absolute garbage, but that was Atari's fault.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to make a GTA style game, you have either this or Watch Dogs. And I would probably lean towards Driver only because of the old school pedigree.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Nothing
I like
against Watch Dogs. I played the first one and was surprised by how interesting it was. The second one was more hipster edgy. They did have in the soundtrack. They played "Don't Sweat the Technique" by Eric B. and Rakim, and that will always pull me, always. Yes. And Watchdog Legion was really well done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, London's under siege because the man is taking over, and you're the resistance, and you get to you can recruit an 80-year-old woman who just happens to be really good with M16s.
Beautiful. I love it.
I don't see a problem.
Nor do I.
But if I had to choose between the two, I would pick Driver just by name recognition.
Okay.
Just Dance, just no.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to Nintendo.
I agree.
Give it to Nintendo. Might and Magic. That one hurts me. Because I would love to have it. If I'm Phil Spencer, Might and Magic would seduce me. But I have Elder Scrolls. Would I want a second Sword and Sorcery franchise? I'd say let EA have that one.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
So, Might and Magic, I'd let that one slide. And we talked about Watch Dogs already. And it does bother me because Watch Dogs is more GTA than Driver. And having a GTA style game would be good, but you could do that with Driver. Like I said, Driver San Francisco was really good, and that was GTA style. Personally, I would take Driver over Watch Dogs.
Okay.
And the last one, Beyond Good and Evil, no. I mean, I liked the original one. It was a really innovative game, where the main mechanic was taking pictures of stuff.
Okay.
But I think the fan backlash to not having this game is more style than substance. Meaning that, people want this, but a lot of times people don't know what they want.
I agree.
So I would not do a Beyond Good and Evil, a sequel, and I don't want that franchise.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Ultimately,
now,
it's up to Daddy Phil and Ubisoft to hammer something out. That's what I would do.
I agree. You know what? And I also want to see what our audience is going to be, what they're going to be looking for too. Or if they were Phil Spencer, what games will they choose? Because I'm kind of curious to know where would they go with this. I want to know what would they choose and what would they think about, honestly.
Like, the only correct answer is buy it all
and sell them
and spend and sell off whatever you don't like. But Ubi wants to stay in business. By the way, just want to throw this out there. Like, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but tangentially related. Because I famously do not have a PS5 yet.
Got it.
And I'm looking into buying one, but I am torn.
On?
Okay. Assassin's Creed Shadows is not a game that I'm willing to buy, but it highlights one huge problem I have with mid-cycle upgrades. We talked about this last time when the PS4 Pro came out. I don't like when console makers decide to make a more powerful version of the console they already have.
Yeah.
And Assassin's Creed Shadows shows the reason why I don't like it. Because that game looks vastly different. I don't say vastly, but if you were to buy the PS5 Pro, your experience with Assassin's Creed Shadows would be much better than the average PS5 player. Digital Foundry did a side-by-side of how the game looks on the base PS5 versus the Pro, and the Pro looks a lot better. So now I have to sit here, not having bought a PS5, asking myself, should I just spend the extra money to get the Pro?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't care.
And I have to buy a Pro. I
Go
have to because of Konami.
Go for it.
And I know that we're trying to keep things clean, but fuck Konami.
There you go.
They released the Suikoden remasters for 1 and 2. Suikoden 1 and 2 were remastered, and I love that series. I love it to death. It is not available for the PS4. I have to buy a PS4 to buy that. You know what I'm doing?
What?
I have the original Suikoden for the PS1, and I'm playing it on the PS2, and I'm enjoying the game, and Konami can suck a fat one because I'm not going to buy an entire console just to play one game. God damn it.
No.
Oh my God. I get it.
So yeah, we're leaving this to the audience and seeing what they're going to say and what they think. If they were Phil Spencer, what would they buy? So guys, thank you very much for joining us today on this amazing show. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button just to know we come up with this amazing news, which is 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday, and a little something in between. Now, Willie, any last words?
Xfinity, I want you to die. I want
Take that.
you to not live.
You see, kids, take that and take it to the bank, because I agree with him on this. Xfinity is so bad.
They are upsetting me in ways that I cannot describe because I might lose my connection again.
All right. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Well, we'll see you Wednesday. Peace.
Bye.